Hi, I'm Becky and welcome to my channel. I'm an outdoor enthusiast who has a deep love and connection to nature and the great outdoors. I involve myself in multiple outdoor adventures such as through hiking, bike packing, bushcraft, canoeing, pack rafting and overlanding, which is the newest of hobbies. I recently bought this old Land Rover Discovery to convert and travel in. And oh my, it's been an awesome and very interesting process that still continues. I hope you enjoy my videos and make sure to subscribe to follow the journey.
Do you ever find yourself running back to civilization for a shower? Or perhaps not having a wash prevents you from long-term camping? Well, if this relates to you, I'm going to be sharing my top tips from experiences of living in a bell tent and living in this on the road, and hopefully this helps you in a slight way. So if you're new here, I'm Becky and I've spent a lot of my teenage and adult life outdoors and have become accustomed to not having a wash on the daily. That is something I choose to do or adapt and evolve in different ways to feel clean and hygienic when outside. There's obviously many factors why you should keep hygienic, especially when you're outdoors, because you want to prevent infection, you want to feel good and fresh and clean, which sort of gives you a boost. You should especially be keeping clean in your private areas just to prevent any nasties, as well as your feet if you're hiking all day to prevent blisters and infection and that sort of thing. So after many years outdoors and knowing and realising I have an extreme love and connection to being outside and in nature, and it's where I feel like I belong and I'm most happiest, and also making a sort of career through YouTube out of it has been ideal because it's allowing me to spend longer in the places I love. So from that I bought this vehicle because I wanted to sort of travel and witness the outdoors from a different angle. This is obviously a great way to travel and still be outside via the awning, the rooftop tent. So I guess it's just given me a change and one that I really have grown fond to. This year I'll be heading to Europe and I will announce where it will be very shortly. But I just want to get everything dialed in so it's going to be comfortable, so everything is all ready and set for a long journey in Europe. I want to rely on myself and this vehicle as much as I can by having somewhere to sleep, somewhere to chill, and obviously somewhere to shower. So in a minute I will show you my setup for this, but also other different ways if you are hiking, cycling, whatever it is, just so that you can keep clean whilst on the road, on the trail. So I guess the first option is, whilst you're on the road, do you have any contacts like family or friends, and could you blag a shower with them? If that's not an option, then try joining a gym. So if you know you're in a local area, you could join a local gym. If not, and you know you're traveling around the country or wherever, you could join a gym such as Pure Gyms, where there's so many dotted around the UK. I'm not sure about Europe, but there's so many dotted around the UK, and when you're traveling on the road, you could find a little pit stop for somewhere to have a shower if that's more for you. Especially during the winter months, that is a much more comfortable option. Also, you can kill two birds with one stone and use the gym there, use the sauna if they have one, take advantage of the drying rooms and potentially the electric. If this isn't the option for you and you'd rather save money and have more of an outdoor experience, maybe you're someone who's into wild swimming or cold water exposure, then maybe the option is for you to have a wash whilst you're doing your morning, evening swim. However, I think it's a must to invest in natural soap, so you can get loads of different natural soap bars that are eco-friendly and that are okay and not going to damage the environment. There's plenty on the internet, just read them up and see if they are okay to be using in natural water sources. If not, this is the perfect time of year to make your own natural soap, using plenty of the plants that nature is supplying for us, such as bracken, which is in full swing at the minute and contains a lot of antibacterial properties, as well as sphagnum moss and all the other plants and herbs that can provide a natural soap for you. This option obviously boosts your immune system massively, as well as your metabolism, your mental health and the willingness to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. However, during the winter, this can be a very difficult option, especially if you're living in a small vehicle or on the trail and you find it difficult to get dry, to get warm, dry your hair if you've got long hair, etc. I did have a few swims and dips whilst I was in Scotland this winter when it was very cold, snow on the ground. It was very revitalising, but I also feel that it is a big challenge if you're relying on that to keep clean. The next option is a strip wash. If you're not sure what that is, it's basically boiling some hot water in a pot, in a kettle, putting it in a bowl or a pot and using that to wash yourself. So this is what I did in Scotland for a lot of the days when it was just so cold to go for a wild dip. This is a great option so you can be inside in the warm, you don't get too wet and too cold, and you're also getting hot water for a wash. So you can boil as much water as you need to and as much water that you're actually carrying or nearby, and warm that up to have a wash using your soap, using a cloth or a flannel, and do that in your small space. I did this in the corridor of the landy. It was a little bit difficult, but it works. As well, you can do a wet wipe wash for your essential areas, and these could be specific face or body wipes that are scented to make you feel a little bit more clean whilst on the road. I personally use face wipes as my sort of evening routine because it's amazing how much I touch my face with dirty hands and you don't realise until you're using the wipe, and it comes off brown some days. As well, I use the wet wipe wash whilst I'm on the trail. I carry some wet wipes. I carry the little tablets that are about that small, and once they are immersed with water they swell up and make like a big flannel, which is ideal. I use this option on the trail whether I'm bike packing, canoeing, hiking, just in my tent each evening to keep clean and fresh and prevent any nasties or infection. So coming from a woman's perspective, and something that's not spoke about very much, is periods. Obviously women on the whole get periods, and if they're outdoors that's something that they've got to deal with and cope with. Obviously it's something that's grim and something that I would choose not to have if I could. It's obviously something you've got to live with and adapt and overcome. So try and wash as much as you can. If you can get in a campsite or an accommodation for the night to have a proper shower, then that's probably more of an option. So everything I've just listed are the more cheaper and resourceful options. So blagging a shower at friends and families, getting a gym membership, washing in rivers and lakes, strip washing or wet wipe washing, and then the option I'm going to cover in a minute is what I do. However, if none of these options appeal to you, then there's always an option of getting a van and having a fitted shower in there, which are really lovely, and you can also whack the diesel heater on, which I do in here. The second option is always check into a campsite which has a shower block, and I guess the good options with that is you can refill your water, you can charge your electrics, and you have a drying room in most campsites. Or the third option is to stay in an Airbnb, hotel, that sort of thing. Obviously, once in a while it is nice to treat yourself, especially if it's grim weather, if it's cold, or you're not feeling the best, then it would be nice to have a little bit more luxury whilst you're on the road or the trail. Right, and now what you've come here for is how I personally shower when I'm on the road in Percy. So I am so happy with how this setup has turned out, and it's turning into the expedition rig that I really wanted. Now with the roof tent, the awning, and this shower curtain, which I will run through now and show you. So this here is the Easy On Cube, and it is a huge shower curtain for having a shower, getting changed, just a little room that you can stand up in outside. This gives you a lot of privacy if you need it, if you're in a place with other people around. So instantly I have formed a really nice place to be secluded where I can get changed and where I can shower. This doesn't take up too much room, so it could be set up in a car park or a lay-by, that sort of thing, and it can be easily put away also. It's a great space and I'm really impressed with it and how it's built. To get in, it's as simple as this zip. Each panel has a rod in the bottom of it just to weigh it down a bit so that it doesn't fly around and it stays weighted to the ground. So this is the inside, and like I said, it is really spacious and really roomy. So I'm about 5'5" and I can't see over this mesh, just slightly when I'm on my tiptoes. So it is perfect if you're tall, and obviously there's so much space between us. Up here I've got the pockets for all my shower bits, so a little mirror, my hairbrush, soap, roll-on natural deodorant, little shower bag that I'll show you in a minute, spare clothes, a microfiber towel which is a must. But yeah, I love this and it's just really easy. It saves everything being on the floor, especially here we're on the forest floor, so everything would stick to it when it's wet. Right, so when it comes to knowing what to shower with, I have got two options in the Landy at the minute, but there is one more option that I can actually think about that I've used in the past and recommend. So number one is this tiny little bag, and it is a pocket shower, and this is ideal if you want to save space, but it's also really efficient. So like it says on the front, it holds 10 litres for roughly a 7-minute shower. But yeah, like you can see, little case, and it's just a bag as simple as that with a shower head on it and a piece of string to attach to wherever your shower point is. So this is Sea to Summit if you're interested, and I think it was only a tenner, so pretty decent. My other option, what I carry anyway, is the Lifesaver jerry can. This holds 20 litres, I think it is, but it comes with a shower attachment. So this is just a shower hose, and you press it and the water obviously comes out at a certain rate. But this clips onto my Lifesaver, and obviously whatever water you used, it's going to be purified. So Lifesaver is a brand that specialises in purifying water and making water purifiers. So this thing will last me years, and I was kindly gifted it by a Patreon, Todd. Thank you so much. It has been awesome, and it also gives me another option for showering, washing dishes, filling stuff up via this little shower hose. So with the shower curtain, you also get this. This is from Easy On. It is a attachment, a hanger for you to hang a bag on like this one. Comes in this canvas bag, and it is simply just a metal rod that clips onto my roof rack, and I can hang whatever shower device I want off of this. It saves you having to lug around like a Lifesaver or a porta shower, which is the other option I was thinking of. Porta showers are fairly cheap. They hold 5 litres, they're a pump system, and you've got a shower head on that. So it's very similar to this Lifesaver system. So I've now poured some water, which I'm going to put into the bag. This is just enough that I'll need for this shower, but you can add more or less however long you want your shower. So now you can see I have got the shower bag up, and I haven't filled 10 litres up because I don't really want a long shower. This is more of a demonstration video, but you can have it up to 10 litres, which is roughly a 7-minute shower. You can turn it off and back on if you want to save water when you're like lathering yourself up with soap. This fitted a lot better in the roof rack when I didn't have a tent on, so I've just had to improvise. It's made it slightly taller. Another thing to consider is having something on the ground, so you could either have a like shower mat that you can get when you step out of a shower, just so your feet are off the ground, especially if you're in a muddy, grassy area. Or for this instant, Crocs. Obviously Crocs dry out really quick. They've got holes in them, so I can just wear Crocs on the ground. Obviously I do a lot of barefoot work, so most of the time I'm used to having really dirty, grubby feet. Because I've been talking, the water has gone very cold now, so it's going to be a cold water shower, I think. That is chilly. I'm gonna get my soap now and enjoy this lovely cold shower. That was so cold. Right, so the conclusion is there is multiple ways of showering outdoors, but it just depends on what you feel comfortable with. So the most vital and key thing after a shower, in my opinion, is to get warm. So especially if it's in cold conditions. So putting the diesel heater on in your vehicle, wrapping yourself up in like some sort of dry robe or warm clothes, putting a hot brew on to drink. If you are interested in any of the stuff that I've used in this video today, then I will put the links in the description. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all my Patreons for making this possible. If you'd like to support my journey and my channel and me, then please join my Patreon community. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Also, if you've got a specific way of showering outdoors that I didn't mention in this video, then leave it in the comments for me and everyone else to have a look at.